First one.
Yes! Oh! Let's go!
What's going on, guys? This is Austin with Lunker Life, and today we're going to be doing another review. Today's topic is the Lew's Spinning Reel Combo series. They have several different models they make of these, all for a great price. And I'm going to be answering some questions. How durable are they? Are they a good price point? Are they good entry level? And overall, what I think of this series. So let's get started. Like I said, there's several different models of this they make. You can go to Bass Pro, you can go to Walmart, see them all, several different prices. But most of them are genuinely in a good affordable range of $50 to the low $100 range. My first subject here, I've had this one actually for about 3 years, and I still use it fairly regularly. Only flaw with it, the tip of the rod has broke several times, and I have glued it back on several times. It was not the rod's fault, it is my fault for shoving it in the back of my Jeep Wrangler and rolling up the window, not knowing the eye was sticking out the window. Heard that crunch sound? Yeah, it just made me sick to my stomach. But this was the first Lew's rod and reel combo I bought. Scratch that. Walmart had a $35 option for a Lew's Speed Stick. I forgot. It was an older model of this. It was only 35 bucks. Really good reel. I wish to this date I would have bought more than just one because it was a great combo. I was stupid, took it to the beach, lost it in the ocean, recovered it, but the salt water had already eaten it up before I could really rinse it out. That's off topic. This is my first combo I bought since then. This is the Xfinity Speed Stick, 6.5 foot, medium. I don't know if you can find this exact model still. It was around 60 bucks. I got a picture right here. I got this back in 2018, and it has paid for itself within the first year. And I still, like I said, use it fairly regularly to this day. Here it is. Don't know if y'all can see that. $54, and that's a different color. That's the orange one. Walmart does have the orange series in this. I don't think it's the exact same speed stick, but still a very good rod and reel combo. Like I said, for this price point, this is 100% a great entry-level reel, or if you just need another rod to add to your arsenal, you cannot go wrong with these. They have a little bit of issue for me is the flexibility. These are not very stiff at all. So that being said, I use it primarily for Ned rigs. It would be okay for Senkos if you had a J hook or an octopus hook. I think you're okay with that. I've actually in the river thrown flukes on this. I like a big hook on a fluke. They don't really have the stiffness to get a good hook set that I'm confident that that fish is not going to come off, but it can get the job done. It is an excellent utility rod if you need to use it for that. And if you're just wanting to get into the sport, it's a great rod to use. I spool mine up with, this one has Cast King braid. Cast King, not doing a review. It's not bad braid. It knots up a little bit more than Power Pro, but for the price, it's much cheaper. I normally, on any of my spinning reels, use 15 to 20 pound braid. And depending on what I'm throwing, I'll use a fluorocarbon leader that ranges, since I only really throw Ned rigs on this setup anymore, I use 6 to 8 pound fluorocarbon. If I was going to throw a Senko, maybe go up to 10 or 12. But it just really depends on what cover I'm fishing around. The drag on them, which is a little knotted up, so my leader, let's see if I can get it out of here real quick. The drag, very smooth. Like I said, I've had this reel since 2018. Coming on 4 years this spring, and I've caught several 500 fish if I had to guess, maybe more, I'm not sure. 8-ball bearing system, and like I said, guys, for 50 to 60 bucks, this is an amazing buy, because this is going to last you a long time if you take care of it. And it's a great utility rod. All of them are. But let's move on to the next one. Up on the list, I want to discuss my newest Lew's combo that I just added to my collection. This is the Lew's Mock Smash. This is a little bit more expensive version of the other one. It's got a 8-ball bearing reel as well, and I think it's actually a little bit smoother, but like I said, it's a little bit pricier. The other one being in the $50 to $60 range. This one is, if you can see it, $90, $89.99 on Bass Pro. It was a Christmas gift, and I'm still going to use the green rod, but if I'm going out and can only take certain rods, so many, I'm probably going to start using this one over the green one. I currently got it spooled up with 20-pound Power Pro braid. I wanted 15. I couldn't find any, so I went with 20. 15 is kind of my sweet spot. And I've got 8-pound fluorocarbon on it. You can see I've got the old trusty Ned Rig Z-Man TRD green pumpkin on there. If I need to catch a fish, it's always my go-to lure. I try not to use it all the time because I like to catch fish on different things. But if you just want to catch fish, guys, get you a Z-Man TRD Ned Rig. It's all you need. Moving forward, it's slightly stiffer than the green one. Not enough of a difference to where I would trust it all the time with the Fluke. I've got me a 7-foot Abu Garcia Veritas, medium heavy. It's my go-to Fluke rod. But I like the 6.5-foot length a little bit better than 7 foot. It's easier to skip. I don't know if I mentioned it, but the green one is 6.5 foot as well. Most of these combos are 6.5 foot, one-piece rods. I do like the one-piece for the price. A lot of cheaper rod and reels are two-piece, which you can get by with, but I do think it puts a big hit on the sensitivity you're going to be getting. But it's still got a good amount of bend to it. Perfect for a Ned Rig, perfect for a Senko. And one thing I didn't mention about the other one, both of these rods, like I said, have a bunch of utility. They can be used for a wide range of stuff. And just, you know, if you just want one rod to carry around in your car, this is a good one to do. The only flaw with that is it doesn't break down. But I'd rather sacrifice the ability to break it down than getting rid of my sense. One other thing I would like to add that these might be useful for, I do a lot of ocean fishing. Don't have any videos up of it yet. I love throwing gotcha plugs and jigs off the pier for blue, Spanish mackerel. I don't recommend taking a freshwater reel out into saltwater use unless you have readily access to fresh water to immediately rinse it down with after use, because these reels here will rust up like nothing. That's why for saltwater I've got a bunch of Penn series reels. I might do a review on them later. Great saltwater reels for the money. They definitely make higher end reels, but for the money, go with Penn if you're wanting to fish saltwater. But great for gotcha plugs. It would be great for, you know, about any jig you're going to throw on the pier. It's got a bunch of give to it. I think it would be perfect for something you're going to have to, you know, constantly be working with your wrist all day. And on top of that, they're not super heavy. They're definitely not as light as like a Cashin series rod. But this grip here, I love it. When I'm throwing a gotcha plug, I'm holding my reel downwards like this, so I can, or my rod downwards, so I can twitch it and work it. But while I'm working, let's just say in the Ned Rig or a Senko, you know, I could probably even get by with a shaky head on this thing. I've always got my hand like this, 2 fingers over the reel. Sometimes I'll go to 1. It just depends on how I cast. I don't like to change my grip after I cast until I recast it. It's kind of weird about me. I don't know. I don't really have a consistent grip. It just depends on how I was holding it when I casted it. But overall, I love my Smash. You can see in my most recent video, I used it. Caught some fish on it. I caught 3 on it to be exact. And that's the only fish I've caught on this reel so far this year. Now, come springtime, I'm putting this thing to use. I'm going to catch so many fish on this thing in the spring. I'm so excited to use it. And, you know, see how well it holds up. But just like the green one, the speed stick, I am sure it's going to service me well for many years to come. I'll take care of it, and I'm sure it's going to pay for itself very quickly. Now, moving on from all this, there is a couple other options I'll read you real quick. They are all, you know, like I said, in that $50 to low $100 range. You can go online, Wal-Mart, Bass Pro. There's so many. Like here's one. It's a white and black reel called the Lew's Custom XP Spinning Spool. It's $100. You know, Lew's makes so many rods and reels in that price range that all serve a similar function, but they might be a little bit smoother. They might be a little bit slighter than the other bit. You do get what you pay for, but for the money, it's a great rod and reel. Now, they do make a series of bait casters. A lot of people I know buy the bait caster combos. I've actually got a Lew's bait caster reel I ordered from Bass Pro online. I think it was a speed spool. It's upstairs. I've used it in some videos. It's about 120 bucks. Great bait caster reel. Love it. I have never bought the combo. Reason why? I've got videos of me fishing with buddies. Brent, especially, I got a video, was using one of the bait caster combos from Wal-Mart. You know, they make those bait caster combos anywhere from the $80 to $140 range for, you know, good entry level price and upwards if you want to go to more advanced. I don't own any. I don't think I will own any of those combos, just because Brent has broke 2 or 3 of them. I got to ask him. I know I've got footage of him breaking one, and he'll just be casting a lure, throwing a chatterbait, working a jerkbait, and they just snap. So, lose bait caster durability, not doing a whole review on it because I don't plan on buying one until I get some better word of mouth about it. But I am not sold on the bait caster quality yet. The reel, yes, love my reels. Even the cheaper reels on those combos seem to hold their own, be a good bang for the buck. But the rods, I'm just going to hold off on for the time being. But now, like I said to you guys, if you guys want a good entry-level spinning reel, I recommend the spinning combos from Lew's. I mean, if you're new to bass fishing, it's perfect to get in. It's very forgiving. I don't get many knots out of this. Like I said, I run strict braid, but my buddy of mine runs trilene, smooth casting, 10-pound mono on his stuff. That's perfectly fine. Don't get any knots. As long as you run some decent line on it, you should be okay. It's great to learn on, and like I said, I'm not really an advanced fisherman. I'm more than a beginner, because I've been doing this for 15 years now. Thing I'm going to add before we wrap this thing up, another thing I would like to say about the Lew's is, for the price, another appealing aspect is these colorations they put on these things. I mean, this red and black looks awesome. The white looks good on some of them. They got orange. They might even have a yellow that I just haven't seen yet. But I just love the color combinations. They're good to catch the eye, and my uncle always told me some lure companies, some rod companies try to catch the fisherman, not the fish. Well, Lew's does a good job of catching the fisherman, that's for sure. But it also backs it up and catches the fish as well. Because, I mean, this is just an awesome coloration. I love the green. I'm not too huge on the white right here in this stretch, but it kind of grew on me after a while. I kind of wish this whole reel was green right here. But still, it's an awesome looking rod and reel combo. And that's kind of why I figured I'd try it. I mean, for the price, it had 8-ball bearings. I said, it can't be that bad of a combo. It absolutely wasn't. To conclude things, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys straight up, great entry-level reels, whether you're new to the hobby, you know, more kind of in the middle range like me, or advanced, and you want a good rod and reel just to act as utility or Ned rigs like I like to throw it on, and, you know, just perfect. I mean, I think it's great for the money, whether you buy the $60 one or the $120 or $30 one. I think it's going to service you well. It's going to give you use, and I mean, I think it can rival some of the other combos from other brands that are up in the mid 100s to, you know, high 100 range for the amount of utility you're going to get out of this for what you're going to pay. Can't beat the price, can't beat the durability, can't beat what it offers, and you can't beat the looks. Like I said, I love the design. That was, I mean, look at that smash. I mean, you got your grip right there, that black grip that's got some texture to it with the red outline smash. I mean, that just looks amazing. It's a good looking reel, good looking rod, and a great looking price. But if you guys are looking for something like this, I hope this review helped you out. Just let me know if you want more of these coming. I love doing them. I love giving you guys my opinions on what works for me. So maybe you can add it to your arsenal. You can take some of these tips and help you guys catch some more fish. Look forward to you putting this to work this year, mostly though. Nah, I'm messing. I can't wait to put this thing to work this year, though. It's going to be awesome. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Keep fishing, and springtime will be here before we know it, and we can finally start catching some stuff, maybe. Y'all be good.